talking about Senator Hontiveros. As I said, she was in our studio earlier doing a separate interview, and here she is now on the flesh. We were able to grab her very quickly. Thank you so much for your time. I know your time is limited, but thanks for popping in.
Yeah, just to say hello.
Just to say hello. And to talk about some of the urgent pressing issues. So first question to you is, we were just talking about it with Ami.
Yes.
Over the weekend, 2 of your colleagues at the Senate were named as co-perpetrators in the war on drugs case at the ICC. And Senator Ping already told us that the majority will convene on Wednesday to talk about how to address this, how to, tackle this issue. Where are you sitting on this issue?
Well, I stand with what Senate President Tito Sotto said before, that by tradition, while the Senate is in session, no members are arrested. And in any case, I'm getting ahead of the story already, because what was mentioned, I believe, was in the form or the nature of an indictment.
Correct.
Oo, walang
Wala pa namang
warrants na pinag-uusapan. So it's good that Sen. Ping mentioned that we'll be meeting to talk this week about how to handle the situation as it evolves. Regular mechanism naman yun sa Senate.
So your stance is, for as long as Senate is in session, your members should be protected.
The Senate President mentioned that before, kaya dun din ako bumabalik. And in the context of the whole issue and advocacy for accountability and for our participation in the international community, yun yung mga konteksto na malamang kasama sa pag-uusapan sa caucus.
Senator G.
Pero klaro din ni Senator Lacson na yung immunity during the Senate session covers only offenses na ang sentensya only up to 6 years. So yung multiple crimes against humanity mukhang hindi pumapasok dyan even under our law on crimes against humanity. Medyo matindi yung parusa doon .
So I believe kung ganun yung nasabi na rin ni Sen. Ping, he will also bring that up in the caucus. So mabibigat na issue po ang pag-uusapan, and seryosong institusyon ng Senado. So we will certainly consider these issues with the gravity that they deserve.
Well, as Ami was pointing out, the difference, Senator, is that these are charges of crimes against humanity, which the International Court has said are so heinous that they transcend national borders, which is why they're getting involved. So I guess what I'm trying to figure out is whether, in your mind, there's room for the Senate to act differently than it has in the past.
For sure. Each situation may be different. Kaya nga importante na, as I mentioned, regular kaming nagko-caucus, nag-uusap, so that we can take the most proper position possible, no? As one half of a branch of government.
Okay, fair enough. I know your time is limited, so let me move on to the next topic. You spoke to FOCAP, the Foreign Correspondents Association of the Philippines, recently, and you mentioned that you are open to running in 2028 if the opposition, if the opposition party chooses you as a standard bearer.
That's the big if.
It's a big if. Hindi naman big if, sorry,
Well,
Senator.
the first condition is kailangan mag-unite kami.
Oh.
And then secondly, if I'm chosen by the united opposition.
And you said you guys were also open to coalitions with other parties based on shared values. And that's what I'm wondering, what does shared values in this instance mean? How far are you willing to go to be pragmatic about the odds, and what would you not back down on?
We would not back down on yung shared values na meron na kami sa opposition. So, good governance, including anti-corruption and transparency and accountability. Tapos, growing the economy and improving yung pakinabang ng mas maraming Pilipino in that growing economy. And then, real unity, kasi we've been so badly divided and polarized the past years. Wala pa kami, at wala pa ako dun sa point of talking about coalescing with other groups beyond us. It would be necessary in terms of greater numbers, pero since there aren't any such offers yet or invitations, if and when we come to that point, then kailangan talagang pag-isipan at pag-usapan first among our ranks. There has to be enough of one or a few common values, and of course, babalansehin din sa pragmatism that's necessary in coalitional
Okay,
politics.
just very quickly,
Senator.
what's the timeline for this? Because 2028 is just a little over 2 years out. And
Right.
one of the things we had learned in the past is you have to mobilize early.
Exactly.
So ano kayang internal timeline for this?
May consensus na kami that we will choose our common candidate ideally by the end of this year.
Okay.
Ideally.
By
The end of this
Senator?
year,
End of this year.
ideally. Yes.
Sorry, Amy, I'm so sorry. We have to let the senator go as much
Thank
as
you,
we still have a
Regina.
million questions, I
Sorry,
know.
Miss
Pero
Amy.
kasi
May isa lang.
she really just popped in to
Say hello.
talk to us 5 minutes, so I'll let her go. But thank you so much for
Thank you very much
stopping by our
also.
set,
Salamat.
Senator Risa Hontiveros.
Miss Amy.
Thank you, Senator.